All right, we're testing out the Thinkscan 672 here. It's the little brother to the other Thinkscan that I tested. And this thing is supposed to do 28 reset functions. I think the bigger one did like 35 or something like that. But it's supposed to be an all-function scanner, which we're going to test out right now. It comes in this nice little zipper case like this, and it comes with a little manual. And it has OBD cable. This one's not wireless. You have to have it connected to the cable, which is, you know, nice sometimes. But it comes with a USB cable and also a wall wart, and that's all you need. So the scanner itself has these nice little rubber overmolding bits, little bumpers on the corners. Probably gonna help protect it, you know, from bangs and falls. And the back of it looks a lot like the other ThinkScanner, you know. And I tell you, one of the things I love about the ThinkScan tools is that you just plug them in and they go. You don't have to sign in or register or do any of that BS. No subscription nonsense here, and also updates are free. But anyway, we're gonna try it out on my Land Rover here, and you can see it's got a check engine light that just popped up. Let's find out what happened. Go ahead and enter the auto search. It found it just fine. All right, we're gonna do the automatically search on here. Yes, that is correct. Let's do the status report. Okay, it's going through and finding all the modules. These dang Land Rovers have a lot of modules in them, you know, so let's see if it catches everything. All right, so we have an evaporative emission system, leak detection pump, control circuit high, and a couple of invalid data from the TCM here. Ooh, invalid data received from the ride level control module. That's not good. We have some more stuff from the ride level controls. We have a driver's door module, passenger door module, and just scrolling through here. Yeah, it looks like it found all the systems, 23 systems and 9 DTCs. You know, I think the 23 systems sounds correct. Let's just click on one of these things and see what it tells us here. Oh, this is cool. You click on it and it gives you a description of the trouble code. That's pretty nice. Oh, and the little network thingy up there is telling me that it's downloading this from the internet. Wow, that's actually a lot of information in here. Gives you a description, symptoms, and it gives you a testing criteria. That's pretty cool. That's very useful. We'll go back. I'm definitely going to want to look at this report later, so I'm going to save this. And yeah, this is a pretty standard looking DTC report here. Just lists everything out. And it looks like I can email the report if I need to. So it looks like the automatic scan does good, but let's go ahead and take a look at the individual systems. I know this thing will do live data, so let's take a look at that. We're in the ECM here, and now we're going to take a live data stream. We can just scroll through here and see what all is available. Yeah, misfires, engine temps, and all this good stuff. Ignition spark, camshaft, ignition coils, injectors, oxygen sensors, more fuel injector stuff, knock control. Oh yeah, short-term fuel trims, all that good stuff. It's 261 items. All right, let's just take a look at a couple of things here. I think we can select up to 4. You know, the short-term fuel trims, long-term fuel trim, and sure, ignition advance. Why not? Let's go take a look at these. You know, one thing it's missing is a little stand, so I can't hook it on anything. I'm kind of having to fumble around with this thing. Maybe we'll just put it down on my lap here. Okay, there you go. You can see everything there. Give the throttle a little blip, watch everything change. Looks like we can do a graph. I don't like the way that graph looks. Can we change that? There we go. It kind of defaulted to a weird view, but when you switched it around, it actually expanded that graph a little bit. Yeah, cool. Yeah, that's very nice. See what the combine button does. Okay, it just puts everything onto one graph for you. That could be really useful to have too. But anyway, yeah, let's get out of here, go back. I'm pretty satisfied with the live data. It seems to have all the same stuff that the more expensive one does. And oh yeah, I guess I should point out while we go look at the actuator tests that this is probably about a little more than half the cost of the bigger one. So if this thing will do everything you need it to, and it seems to have all the same, you know, scanning capability as the bigger one, this thing would actually be a great value. But yeah, here's all your actuator tests for the ECU. Not a whole lot there, but we can go back and take a look at something else like the TCM. No actuator stuff in there, but we can take a look at the data stream and just scroll all the way down. 62 things for live data in the TCM. Go back again. You know, there were some errors in the ride control, so oh yeah, we can take a look at the actuator tests there. We can raise them lower. I guess we can command certain percentages open on the valves through the terrain mode. Okay, diagnostic target height, interesting. And take a look at the data stream too. 72 things in there. Looks like all good stuff to have. All right, pretty satisfied with that. Yeah, let's back out of this. Yeah, we'll exit the diagnostic here. And just like the other Thinkscan tools, you know, you have like different menu options in here. We just did the auto search, and this is diagnose. It's going to be like basically the same thing that we just did. OBD is going to be just your basic OBD read. That's good to have if you're just going to do like a quick IM readiness or something like that. Take a look at the history. You can probably find our report that we generated earlier in there. And same thing, report, you know. We have feedback. You can submit tickets to them, and then you have like dollar fix over here, which, you know, I haven't really messed with dollar fix yet, but that kind of sounds interesting. Now in the maintenance, this is going to be all your different resets, and you know, you can scroll through all these, but you can also hit this little button over here and it lists everything out for you, and you can sort by dragging things around, which is nice. And we don't need to sort anything right now, and it sorts it on that front page too. That's good. But yeah, you can just take a quick look and see all the resets that are in here. Ooh, injector coating, oil reset, that's good. TPMS, air fuel. Does it have the ride control? No, you know what? I don't see the air suspension. Oh yeah, there it is. Never mind. It does have air suspension. Okay, cool. But yeah, so I suppose this thing would be good for the Land Rover. Like I said, I think the more expensive version of this has like 35 different resets. This has 28. It's up to you to determine if you need the more expensive one or not, but I bet you get by with this one, you know? But yeah, like I was saying earlier, updates are free. I already downloaded all the updates on this guy, so it's good to go. And in the more section, you have some interesting things in here. Go ahead and hit that button over there to see all of them at the same time. You can actually plug in some interesting modules into this guy. You can do a TPMS module or a video scope, oscilloscope, printer, or the battery tester. You know, I'd like to get my hands on the battery tester and try that thing out. But of course, I don't have that, so I'm just going to back out of this. Also, the oscilloscope. I have yet to actually test an oscilloscope on the scan tool itself. That's got to be something I got to do in the future, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, you know, this is a pretty capable little tool for the price. But yeah, I'm actually pretty surprised because it's basically just like their flagship ThinkScan, only a little bit smaller with, you know, I don't know, 95% of the capability. So, you know, this thing's a win. There'll be a link down in the description below where you can get one for yourself. Well, bye. Thanks for watching.